We're gonna move better. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. And tonight we're talking about something that quietly sneaks up on almost every business owner at some point. And it's called, you ready for this? Ghost expenses. Maybe you signed up for a free trial, you meant to cancel it, and life got super busy. And then 6 months later, it's still running. And that's when you look at your bank statement and think, my revenue is up. So why does it feel like there's nothing left, right? These little charges don't look dangerous on their own. That's exactly the problem. They grow quietly, and before you know it, they're eating into your bottom line. Okay. So tonight I want to walk you through where these hidden leaks come from and what they really are costing you and how to stop them for good. Like, let's get it out of here. Kaput. And if you want extra support, keeping an eye on things like this in your own business, that's exactly what I do for my clients at Faith Accounting Consulting and Service. That's what we do here. Okay. So let's hop into like where the ghost is hiding it. Like we're gonna be who's the ghost people? Ghostbusters. We're about to do some ghost busting. Most profit leaks don't start with one big surprise bill. They start small. Sometimes it could be big, depending on your business. Like things like software subscriptions you signed up for and forgot about the free trials that quietly rolled into your pay plans. Like on a personal level, like this is like Amazon. You know how they like, oh, sign up for Stars because you want to watch Empire or something, and it's like, oh, it's free for 30 days, and then you got so into Stars or whatever or into that whatever, and you forgot to cancel it. So now you're sitting there thinking like, where did this Amazon Prime come from? Like, what is this charge for? So, like I said, free trials that quietly rolled into paid plans, duplicate tools doing the exact same job. We're really doing this right now as I speak in my office. And extra user seats or license nobody's using anymore. It just happens. It happens to everyone, right? So none of it feels urgent in the moment. Like a $15 charge here, a 29 charge there. It seems too small to worry about, but you're too busy taking care of your clients, taking care of whatever you need to in your business. So it slips to the back of your mind, and that's how it starts. And they didn't make it like this. It's designed for this, right? So the next thing is the compound effect. Here, here where it starts to really hurt. Like when these small subscriptions pile up month after month, maybe even years after years, you lose efficiency in your overhead. It becomes a hidden fee tax, like you're paying every single month, or digital clutter you don't even use, right? You might not realize how fast those $20 charges add up over a year. How much is quietly leaving your account? Like it's like you don't even know that you're paying for something you already have somewhere else. Okay. Like you, for instance, like maybe you're paying for like I'll be transparent. For us, like we have our tech stack, and we are looking at our tech stack, and we're seeing that our tech stack definitely has certain things in each of those different tech stacks. There's something maybe that another one is doing, and we're paying for that. And for me, it wasn't really, it was kind of designed that way, but it gets to a point where you're doing too much. You have so many different tech stacks, you're paying for so many different subscriptions. You have to do all these connections and link things. You're paying for something else to connect everything. So you need to sit down and really have a good conversation with yourself about like the tech clutter. Like, is this really what we need right now? Or should we just simplify things? All right. And the longer it goes unchecked, the harder it is to run a lean, profitable business. If you ever want a second set of eyes on this, it's something we dig into together in my bookkeeping work. You can always reach us at like my website, or you can reach me on DM, whatever. I'm here, or whatever. DM comment section. You can find me. I am findable. I'm not the ghost. I'm right here. I'm not Casper no more. I retired Casper. Okay, so the next thing is how it affects our margins. One of the biggest consequences of ghost expenses is margin erosion. When your spending isn't being watched closely, your overhead creeps up, your true cost of doing business increases, and your profit margins shrink. So even though you haven't changed your prices at all, that's when you find yourself asking, we hit our sales goals. So where did all this money go? Like, where is it going? It's going into the abyss, right? From the outside, the business looks successful because revenue is coming in. But on the inside, those hidden leaks are quietly draining your actual take home pay, right? So it's really serious, guys. Like, you want to definitely monitor that piece because you want to see what's really affecting your business and where the money is really going, right? Next thing would be the revenue equivalent wake up call. Okay, let's put it into real numbers. If you have, let's say, $300 a month in ghost expenses, this is a whole bunch of different ghost expenses in one. That's $3,600 a year coming straight out of your pocket. And here's the part that really puts it in perspective. To make up for that $3,600 in loss profit, you don't just need $3,600 in sales. Depending on your margins, you might need to sell an extra 10,000 in services, book 2 or 3 more clients just to cover software you're not even using, right? Work extra hours to pay for digital waste. Why do that, right? Why do that? When you realize that cutting a ghost expense is instant 100% profit with zero extra work, it becomes impossible to ignore it. Okay. And that's what I love about it because I always tell my clients when they're talking about, oh, we need to increase our profits and everything. This is like things done forever, for years and years. Like before you even like just think about your business just being a W-2 employee. Like if you are getting a W-2, if you're working a 9 to 5, you're not going to want to get another job, right? You're going to want to cut expenses. So it's the same thing in business. You don't want to work harder. You want to work smarter. So you're going to cut the expenses. If you're cutting expenses that have nothing to do with the business at all, makes it even better. That means you're not having to fire anyone. That means you don't need to get rid of something that's actually working in the business. These are things that are wasteful. Like you're cutting the waste, you're cutting the fat out of your business, things that don't do anything at all for the business at all. So I love the fact that if we have some ghosts, I love finding ghost expenses. Like I love being Ghostbusters when I'm in my clients, like, well, you're paying for this and you really don't need that, or whatever. You're doing this, but you really don't need to do that because you can do this instead. Like, so it's amazing, like that's a good thing to find and get rid of right away. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's an infection and we gotta get it, cut it out of here. So the next thing we have is how hidden leaks affect decision making. This doesn't just drain your cash, it distorts your whole financial picture when your overhead is loaded with hidden costs, y'all. You might think a service isn't profitable when it actually is. You might hesitate to hire help because you feel like you can't afford it. And hire the help, guys. Hire a teammate. You might overcharge or even underprice. And simply out of anxiety and overwhelm, this is what usually is the mixture of this. So every big growth decision gets harder when your baseline expenses are higher than they need to be. This is exactly why I always tell my clients, you can't make confident decisions from numbers you don't trust, okay? So I know we talked about the bleed. How do we stop this bleed? There is great news. This one is the easiest financial problem to fix. You can start tonight. And a simple plan would be pull your bank and credit card statements from the last 3 months. And if you already been here for a while and you have your accounting software up together, this is a simple pulling of reports because you did your jobs, okay? So you're going to review every recurring charge with fresh eyes, okay? We're looking for something. We're looking for these little ghosts. Apply the keep, cut, and consolidate framework. Okay, this is like we're going to get rid of it. Cancel anything you haven't opened in 30 days. Okay, and put a 15-minute subscription audit on your calendar every quarter. Every quarter you just want to Let's go review these numbers. The goal isn't to strip your business of the tools it needs. The goal is making sure every dollar you spend is actually working for you. And if you'd rather have someone handle this kind of review, hello, it's me. Come holler at me. That's exactly the kind of done for you support I offer at Facts. So just come over and we can take care of this for you, right? So I've done all the talking and I have all the questions that I usually get over and over again on discovery calls, or not even my discovery calls. At this point, this is questions I'm getting from my clients when we are doing our quarterly subscription audit. Okay. So the first question is up on the screen. Is it really worth my time to spend an hour hunting down a $15 a month subscription? I mean, $15? No. It's probably not, but absolutely, it's really just one $15 subscription. Usually, it's five or six small things that have quietly added up. And beyond the dollars, it builds financial discipline. If you let small leaks slide now, you'll let bigger ones slide later as your business grows. You remember I told you guys, this is like trying to find fraud. Even though these are private subscriptions that you allowed to into your business, there's other times you're going to probably find something that's fraudulent in your account. Like you might find that something got your card and is charging this other things you're going to find as well. And it's very important. Like you want to be on top of your expenses as much as you're on your sales, right? Because your expenses are eating away at your sales, your income, right? So you want to be on top of it. Like you got to be on top of it. You got to be so on top of it. Like, okay, somebody comes up to you like, hey, I have this program we're going to start. And we want you to sign up for this new program we have. And you need to say, this is definitely, I love this part. You know, the whole husband and wife thing, like, oh, okay, let me speak to my wife or let me speak to my husband when it's kind of usually like a no. But even if you are excited to sign up for that program, you're like, okay, I would love to, but I do need to like review my budget and my numbers because this was not in our budget for the year. And I just want to make sure it makes sense. Okay. And then that's a simple no pressure. Like they can't pressure you. Like, no, I have to look at my budget. This is real business. Okay. We don't play here. Okay. 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 So next question. What if I cancel it too and need it again later? Won't I lose my setup and data? Most software platforms won't delete your data right away. They usually just downgrade you to a free tier or pause your account. So if you want to be extra careful, download a quick backup before you cancel, but don't pay a monthly fair tax just to keep tools sitting idle, okay? That's definitely what you don't want to do. And my whole thing is remember, we're focusing on things that you don't need. So you don't need it right now. That's the whole point. We don't need it right now. It's not doing anything for you. When you are getting anything into the business, what is your ROI? What is your return on investment? If I pay for this $15, whatever software fee, we just went over it, right? If we're paying $3,600 a year, we're going to need to be able to bring $10,000 in sales to cover that, right? So you also want the same thing. If you're bringing something that's useful and it's $15, you probably want to make sure you're bringing in 5 times that or triple that just to cover that cost. Like you're not trying to bring things in here and it's just eating away. It has to do its job. It has to help you generate income. Okay. That's the goal. Okay. 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 So it's like the next question is I realize a lot of small business software is accidentally charging my personal card. How do I fix this? That is super simple. You're going to go in, right, and switch it over. It's not that hard, guys. You're gonna get it off of your personal credit card and put it in your business. This is one of the biggest hiding spots of ghost expenses. They start by committing to keeping your business and personal expense separate. To track these down, search your personal email for words like subscription, invoice, or auto renew. Once you find them, either cancel or update the payment method to your business card. That's what you're going to want to do. Okay. And of course, I'm always gonna have a story. I always have stories, and that I did the same exact thing. That's usually what I do too. When I see weird transactions happening, Apple.com, they're number one for this, and it's like you look at Apple and you're like, listen, like you didn't even send me like a warning. Like Apple doesn't even like they don't send you nothing. Like they don't send you anything, and Apple is like one of the biggest ghost people ever, 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 ever. Because it's not just Apple. Like if Apple charges you, but it's coming from like TikTok and Roblox. Hello, children, they've been doing this stuff. So TikTok, Roblox, all these weird things, right? So you're looking, and for me, I kind of have my stuff connected to my PayPal account, so it kind of helps me filter things a little bit. So anything I kind of usually when I do a subscription, I put it through PayPal, and it was like the other day I was like looking and I'm like seeing PayPal transactions like happening 1, 2, 3, like every 5 minutes. And I'm like, what the frick is going on? And then the first thing I did was because this happened one time. The first time happened with my second child, Cassie, and she was ordering things on TikTok. And I'm like, what the hell, Cassie? Because it's like, I don't know. So I'm like, what the frick is going on? So then she's like ordering from the TikTok shop. I don't even know what a TikTok shop is. I never bought anything on there. So she's ordering from TikTok shop, and then like in the midst of me getting the PayPal alerts, I'm like, oh, what the frick is this? And then I look at it like, Cassie, I'm yelling from the next room, like, Cassie, stop with the TikTok buying. And then she was able to cancel it except one, and then one of them came through. But then it happened again, and then like I'm getting charged again. And then so I'm like, okay, nothing's popping up like in my emails. I don't see anything on their iPads, my phone, or anything like that. So I'm like, this don't make sense. Now I had to call Apple because it was like I can't. I did the whole email search, couldn't find it in my email. So I'm like, okay, now it's time to call Apple, and then that's when Apple told me where it was coming from. But at the end of the day, you have to have a system where you can easily find something and be like, no. Like you shouldn't even have to wait 3 months. You can wait, like I said, minutes. It was minutes. She would have got away with it if I wasn't on top of my numbers. Like, what is going on? Like, if she's lucky, it was a Sunday. I don't even work on Sundays, but it was just luckily it was on my phone. And then the next day, my assistant is looking at the emails because we have a whole filter that says subscriptions and invoices too. Like we have it filtered out in our Gmail. And she was like, why is it like 50,000 unread in our subscriptions in one day? Like in our subscription inbox. And I'm like, I don't, it was a kid's or whatever. So it's simple. Just create the system, guys, and it will work for you. Like I don't like anything stressing me out. Like I try to figure out a system and we try to make it automated and we try to fix it, right? So you stick with me, kid, you go far. I'm gonna create it where it's not that hard. Like even with my client the other day, he calls me and he has the same thing. Like there was charges happening, but it's our payroll and it's normal for our payroll, but our payroll like sold this company and then switched over to another name. So it wasn't clear to us. So we're like, what the frig is this? Stop that thing right away. Even though it did fuck up the payroll a little bit. Sorry, excuse my French. But we didn't know where it was coming from. Like, what is this about? Like, but we were able to stop it. Imagine if you don't look at it for months and you're like, I mean, it was payroll, but imagine if it was something crazy and suspicious and a ghost expense. And I'm talking about payroll numbers. I'm not talking like a little $15. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's $15 now for us as small business owners, but these things can turn into 15,000, $1,500, $2,000, and you're paying for something monthly. Like these software fees are not cheap. Most of my clients are hitting $1,000 software subscriptions or $15,000 software subscriptions for their business for certain things. And if it was something we signed up for, which we kind of would never sign up for a free trial or anything like that, but we would need to know, right? So you want to make sure you're not getting screwed around, okay? So here's what I want you to take with you tonight. Finding and cutting ghost expenses is the fastest way to give yourself a raise, okay? Because we're going to take that for us without doing a single bit of extra work. These small automated charges will quietly eat your profits if you let them run on autopilot. Pulling your statements and taking a hard look puts you back in the driver's seat, okay? Thank you. Oh, before I want to say thank you, here's another little trick that you can do. For instance, I'm partnered with like Relay Bank, and it's a great bank, right? So the bank, basically allows you to open up several different accounts. So what I kind of like to do as well is another trick and tip I love to do is if we're going to sign up for like a free trial subscription, we usually put it under our subscription account that we have, and we would use a debit card for that subscription account. And then usually once that card is going to charge it again, because we might have forgot to cancel the subscription, they can't take any money because it's at zero. So what we do is just cancel it once they hit that account. So you can always open up an account like that, get you like a subscription account, open up Relay. It's really not that bad. You get 20 bank accounts for free. It's amazing. But that's just a plug for Relay real quick. But I don't get paid. I don't get paid for Relay. It's just something I've been using for years. But if you do that, that makes it easier to have a subscription and know when to cancel that subscription. Because or you might have to pay for the subscription and you're like, I just need it for this 1 month. Use that card, put the money in there, and let it sit at zero. We never put money in there. Never. Only when we need to. So, like I said, thank you so much for being here tonight, and drop a little ghost or Casper emoji in the comments if you already know you got at least one subscription to cancel after this stream. And don't forget to follow, share this with another business owner who needs to hear it, and head to my website, faithacs.com, and all my socials, faith_ACS, my LinkedIn. Come talk to me, right? So even if you need any help, I'm here. And I'll see y'all next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the real cost of cheap clients. Ooh, no. But bye, y'all, and have a profitable, productive, and prosperous week, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.